There are many burial mounds around the Rhondda.
These include cairns from the Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age and up to Roman times.
We did a project with the Rhondda Heritage Park to learn all about the different types of burial mounds through history.
We learned excavation techniques.
We made models of different burial mounds.
We made animations showing burial ceremonies.
We even visited an actual burial mound itself.
This is the video we made of the actual project. Camera rolling.
3, 2, 1, action. Are you excited about today? Yeah. Good. So a burial mound is where people used to be buried. They'd sometimes have huge mounds of dirt over them to mark where their burial was.
One week we went to Tinking Wood and that is a burial mound.
It's a Neolithic burial chamber. So can anyone remember what Neolithic means?
It's the new Stone Age.
We actually went to see a proper real-life burial mound.
We're here now at the burial chamber. Can anyone see the burial chamber?
Right there.
Nice. Perfect.
When we got there, it was really cool. I'm kind of happy we actually went to go inside for the burial mound and see what was inside it.
So we're trying to figure out like all of these questions and even more on this side.
The name of the barrel is the Tinkins Wood. The barrel was made 6,000 years ago. How many people was buried here was 50 people. And did they have grave goods? There was bones of the dead with domestic animals.
I counted an adult size around here. I can only fit 4. I don't know how they fit in 50.
There were scattered bodies everywhere, so they were like, I don't know how, but they would scatter bodies everywhere, so they'd be here and the place over. So that's how they could fit them.
These rocks are all about where, when someone dies, they lay behind the rocks, and they put the rocks on top of the people.
This is the Bronze Age burial. I mean, this is from the Stone Age. They thought it was too much for a burial, so they would bury people actually under the ground. Jump.
I was kind of surprised about the size of it. Thought it would be a little bit bigger.
So this would have been completely covered in earth. So you wouldn't have been able to see these stones. It would have been completely covered in earth. Feel free to feel it where people thousands and thousands of years ago would have used their hands to move these stones, okay? So this is a really important piece of history that we've got here, and we're really, really lucky that we've got it right on our doorstep, okay guys?
And there is evidence that it could be reused.
So we've got evidence of Neolithic, we've got evidence of Bronze Age in this circle, and then we've got evidence of modern use by somebody writing on a stone and bringing it here, because people are still using this as a sacred place, you see? People are writing on their stones and still sort of bringing this information here.
Well, it has a thing saying Chanty Polly, rest in powerful Meg.
Some evidence.
Alright, so I'm going to be labelling all of the burial chamber. So the capstone is there. I can't reach it. The entrance is here. Just walk through, and then the reconstruction is all the burial wall.
They also would have ceremonies which we know nothing about, but we have some theories on what it would be.
Rituals may have taken place in front of the burial chamber. It faces east and it is enclosed by protecting wings.
So I want you to clap. Hang on, not yet. I want you to stamp your feet. I want you to dance.
So just now, I was filming and directing. We were all doing the ceremony outside, and we were going from different angles, and we had to do quiet, camera
rolling, then action.
The excavation project, we learnt about archaeology.
Today we are becoming archaeologists and digging up skeletons.
Like, there was a box and we had to dig, if there's sand in it, we had to dig like stuff out of it.
What we're doing, we're like digging up some skeletons. There's like different stuff in here, they're like rocks and beads, which like help us to see if it's like Roman or like Egyptians and all that.
And we could tell what era of like Stone Age and Bronze Age because what items we found.
It was rings, bracelets, beads, and
Yeah, and then we'd have to discuss on the table what each it was from.
I reckon it's a knife by the shape of it. It's got a massive, sharp, curved edge on it.
And so my group, we have found out that it's been the Stone Age, because when we were digging up the skeleton, we found hints that were rocks, and rocks resemble stones.
we found things in the sand.
Oyster shells and a spoon.
I think he's a pirate.
The coin says Roman, so pirates are Roman. Okay.
We think our excavation is from the Bronze Age because we have like this is when like they started to make stuff with metal.
We've got like some, I believe, metal rings and a bracelet.
So we think there's a coal mine because they got like a coal miner because they got like an axe and everything.
So, we think it's from Roman times because this coin, which has a Roman emperor on it.
Yeah. And we can tell it's ancient because like these, and they look like not brand new.
The next thing we did on week 3 was look at grave goods.
So like we were talking about last week when you were excavating, there wasn't just a skeleton in there were lots of different things that were associated with them, weren't there? So that's what a grave good is. Personal items that someone gets buried with to help assist them in the afterlife.
So what we did was, so first we was looking at like grave goods and what was in the graves, and then after that we get it to make our own pots and grave goods out of clay. So what we did was we rolled the clay out and made a worm, and then we made a circle and flattened it out, and then we put the worm around it. We kept doing that, and then it would make a pot, and then you could put like designs on it. So that's what we done. So
Is that like hot chocolate powder? It's like a jug, so like you can put like water or something in there, then pour it. Yeah, put like things at the top, and then I put my initials in it.
I made like a bowl maybe for cat food because I love cats.
What we're going to move on to now is we're looking at actually making our own little burial mounds. You can choose whether you want to do Neolithic, Bronze Age, Iron Age, Roman, or if you want to have a go at doing a burial mound with the future, what you think that it might look like.
I'm just making, it's going to be a grave, and I'm making a grave.
Call it dust. Gotta cover that bit, definitely.
Making a tree. I'm adding some pipe cleaners so it's like fluffy, and I like the effect of it.
That's great. It was great. It was great.
For week 8, we started doing some stop motion, and it was quite fun to use, and it was fun to make like my own animation, like a little movie out of it.
It was kind of nerve-wracking because then you'd have to move the camera like slightly every time, so if you could have had it wrong, so it was kind of nerve-wracking. But after like I done it, I was fine with it, and like editing and stuff, it was actually really fun. So.
Something I've learned is how to edit, and it's really easy.
This is a burial mound of a person born in the Iron Age.
It was very gruesome. They were buried with things like body parts.
They were buried with valuables such as coins and pots to buy their way to heaven.
They were buried with pieces of their ancestors as well.
In the Iron Age, they were buried up high in the trees.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
The grave skeleton wakes up and jumps out.
He sees a religion book and he puts a candle on his breast.
He returns to his grave.
Then the priest came and then he throws a rock on the flower bed and is never seen again. He went to the burial mound and got hit by a rock. Then he laid there just to rot. The chief came in with some help and picked up the rock and then put the rock on the floor. Then they both carried him back to his grave to die. And then they left him to rot. Comes a roof in the grave and boom! They left him to rot. There comes a roof from up in the sky. Boom! All the top of the roof comes crashing in. No. Everything falls on top of him. Then the Iron Age is over.
This video is about two people going in the burial mound, finding treasure and selling it. This is in Neolithic.
Where are you going? In the burial mound.
Stop! Let's sell this to get lost on us.
Hello, I want to sell this. Here's some money, bye.
Let's dance!
The buried soul slowly emerges from the trees.
Guy works in with the other leaders, girls cheering, a skull in a box. Another village member goes in because she is the Red Cape's friend. Because they walked out and the sun moving every scene, dance party on the roof. Close up on a girl dancing. Dance party at the Red Cape's house. Neolithic Age is a new Stone Age. During this time, people were buried huge stone structures covered in the people are doing a ritual for the leader.
So, before this project, we never knew that there was so much burial mounds in Rhondda.
And I've never learned about them until around the Heritage Park again.